colors like rose gold and champagne. And if you're thinking, have you guys lost your marbles? This is an emergency preparedness day. What on earth are you talking about? Well, Lori's gonna start with the most important part of this. The power goes. Right. Where's your cell? Is it charged? Can you find it in the dark? Who cares? Because when your home phones are Panasonic home phones, the power goes, your phones still fully function, work. Every single one of them can be answered. Every single one of them can be talked to connect with somebody and let them know what's happening in your life and that you're okay.
And listen, that talking caller ID is working. Every single feature is working. It shouldn't be. Right. Because with no power being provided, I've unplugged the power cable here. This shouldn't be happening, but hello?
Hi.
Hey, Annie, is that you?
It's me. How are you?
I'm doing great. I had a blast at lunch with you and your mom the other day. Let's do it again soon.
Okay,
all right, girl. Love you.
Love you. Bye.
Now,
bye.
You know, technically, you were supposed to say the power's out, Annie. I didn't just pull the plug for fun.
Yeah, exactly. Can you believe we're talking on this?
The power's out. It's dark, but to your sister, I'm okay.
I'm all right.
To
I'm okay.
your spouse, I'm okay. But the power went. Can you go do this, that, or the other thing when you go home? When all the cell phone towers jam because everybody in your neighborhood lost power, it's there for you. So that's
you need information.
That's the lead. That's how we were able to get this product in today. Now that aside. The next major emergency we all have is that it is a political election season. It is a political year, and they're gonna call for donations, and they're gonna call for polls, and they're gonna call for this, that, and the other thing, and you can block them. The scammers that call, you can block them. You don't need a separate device. With one button built into every single one of these handsets, you can block any and every person you don't ever want calling you again, interrupting the nap, interrupting dinner time, getting in the way. There are more features on this phone than any you've ever seen before, emergency or not. Exactly. There is no better buy in home phones than what you see available right in front of your screen right now.
Absolutely, and most people don't realize this, but if you have a traditional set of home phones, maybe you've got the cordless variety, those rely on power. When you have this system from Panasonic, the #1 global leader when it comes to home phones, you're getting that battery backup option. So all you do is you pop in those batteries and you're gonna have up to 8 hours battery life. And you said it, those are the inclement weather times where we need to keep in touch with friends and family, let them know that we're okay, find out if they're okay, find out what the weather conditions entail, what's going on in the world. You wanna be connected, you wanna know what's going on. This is the perfect way to do that. And then you talked about call blocking. So this is a big one. Yes, political season, which is super annoying, but this is a big problem too. So many people are being taken advantage of right now because they have, you know, a kind heart, and someone will call you and say they're having a problem or convince you that you're having a problem and they need a few $100s to be able to fix it. They're going to try to scam you. You have that dedicated call blocking button right there, so you never, ever, ever have to worry.
You're not paying an additional $70 device fee and adding it on. It's all built in. And here's the thing, okay? So the other reason I believe this product belongs airing today and why it's so important, our friend Nancy Grace, who joined us on HSN last year, she said this is emergency survival. When you fall, and you need to call poison control. You need to call the police. Where's your cell phone? You have one of them, and it's in one corner of the house, and is it even charged?
On a charger, maybe.
When you have 4 handsets, 4 ways to be able to pick up a phone and call for an emergency problem, you are safer and better secured for it. So this really is the buy to get. And the other thing to remember, because these are so premium, because they're champagne and rose gold, because they have call blocking, baby monitor, talking caller ID, DECT 6 technology, one of these handsets is $50. If you were to buy these a la carte, these are $50 handsets. Go to our website and check it out. So $50 plus $50 plus $50 plus your battery backup main station, that adds up to a skosh more than $99.95.
It absolutely does. And please read the customer reviews. Everybody loves these. You're never running for a phone call you don't want to take because this has that talking caller ID feature. So we absolutely love that. If you do subscribe to that service, this will clearly enunciate and announce to you throughout your entire home who's calling, so you don't stub a toe, so you're not running for something you don't want to answer. I also love the security part of this as well. There's a little security system built right in. Let me show you how to access it. It's called that baby monitor. It's sound detection. So you're going to be able to, even from a great distance away, listen in and monitor your home. So if something's going on in and around your home, maybe you have workers coming in, or maybe you've got teenagers, you want to know when they're walking in the door from school, you're going to have information because you're going to be able to hear it. So I'm going to just do my base station right here. I'm going to set this in the charging cradle in the room I want to monitor. So you could use this as a baby monitor. You could use this as a pet monitor. You just simply set it right down. When sound is detected by that handset in that room, it's going to call the other handset that I designate. It could even be your cell phone, and you could be at work. You could be anywhere in the country or in the world monitoring your home and listening in for as long as you want. So this really and truly keeps you connected to your household even when you're away, which is nice.
It's really an incredibly nice feature. You know, Lori and I, we both have young children. We have, you know, fancy schmancy baby monitors in our home, but our parents don't.
No, and my mom watches my son all the time.
Yeah, we're not going to spend $200 for a baby monitor at their home. This is, it's all built in. It's peace of mind and security of what's going on in every single corner of your home, and it's built in. In addition to one-touch call blocking, in addition to DECT 6 clarity. Listen, maybe your home phones, they're just in need of new batteries, and they got spaghetti sauce all over them.
Right.
When you can add so many safety, security, and convenience features, this is the set to make the upgrade to. You know, for years we thought, oh, home phones have done what all they're going to do. And then leave it to Panasonic to add so many additional features for safety, for protection, for peace of mind, and for connectivity.
And I love what Nancy Grace says, because it's absolutely true. We want to be connected. We can't always rely on our cell phones. I love having a landline at home because it gives me that peace of mind. It gives me that security. It's so hard for me to have a great signal with my cell phone at my house. When you have that landline, when you have that home phone, now you are so connected. This has a 100 name and number phone book built right in. Built-in digital answering machine with 22 minutes of record time, or I'm sorry, 17 minutes of record time on this one. So you're going to be able to call in from anywhere to get your messages, or this is going to also keep you connected in that as soon as someone leaves a message on your home phone, this will call you on your cell phone and play that message to you. So if someone else is having an emergency, maybe a loved one, and they know to call your home phone, this is going to actually call you on your cell phone, and you can pick up that message.
And in the dark, when the power goes, mom, dad, brother, husband, child,
keys.
One touch right on that base that are super easy to see. And the great thing about a preparedness day is you know that you've got the peace of mind and protection that you need, right? The not so fun thing is you're buying things for you hope you never have to use, right?
Right.
It's not the funnest way to spend your money, but we all do it. We buy health insurance, we buy car insurance, we buy emergency preparedness devices. Guys, this has emergency preparedness built in, sure.
Truly.
But in addition, it's better phones that you're going to use every single day.
It's a great upgrade. I mean, communication is so important. It's so important to not only, you know, when problems happen, it's a part of our daily lives that we really cherish and care about. If you want to upgrade, maybe one of your New Year's resolutions was to call your mom a little bit more often. You want a great set to be able to do that.
Why did you look at me when you said that?
I'm not sure.
Did my mom send you a message on Facebook that I don't call enough?
Pat wouldn't get in my ear like that.
Did she say call him out on TV and then I'll have to do something about it?
Yeah, she did. No, she did. Pat didn't. But I'm rallying for her. I think you need to call her more. But listen to this. All the best features, that talking caller ID, again, you're not running for a call you don't want to accept. And then what if it's someone you aren't sure if you want to talk to them or not? You can actually have them screen that call. So maybe it's an unrecognized phone number. You can listen in from any of the handsets anywhere throughout your entire home, and you can actually hear the message that's being left. So you don't have to run over to the base station.
Again, just call to see if you wanted to schedule lunch next week. Call me back. Bye.
And listen to that crystal clear call clarity. This is DECT 6. So the range here is outstanding. If you do step outside, you're checking on the weather, maybe you're grabbing the newspaper, maybe you're checking on the kids to make sure they're safe. You're going to be able to have that perfect range with this up to 100, from 160 up to nearly 1,000 feet away, really depending on the layout of your home. But it's crystal clear call clarity with fewer errors. We all really cherish that connection. We want to be able to connect with people, but we want to do it in a way where the sound is clear, where we can see everything. This is glowing, backlit, illuminated. All the keys are illuminated. You have 9 speed dials right here. It's just loaded.
Hey, by the way, it comes in 2 beautiful colors. And what phones come in beautiful colors? Isn't it usually black, black, or black, and occasionally white?
Right.
We have these in rose gold, and we have them in our #1 top-selling champagne. If you want the champagne gold with over 7,500, oh, I'm sorry, that's navy.
That's navy, yep.
And that's the champagne.
The difference is that faceplate.
If you want the champagne, I have 400 left, with over 7,500 sets ordered. If you want power backup, if you want automatic call blocking, if you want DECT 6, digital answering, everything improved upon. Let me just remind you of our value, because you're going, why buy right now? Why do I need to get this at this value? Well, this right here is a $50 handset because it has built-in talking caller ID, because it has built-in call blocking, because it has the built-in baby monitor. These are $50 a piece. Today, you get $50 plus $50 plus $50 plus the main base station, all for only $25 on your credit card. And do you see that customer pick status? We've sold, oh, I don't know, 100,000 sets of these phones?
Almost
close to?
250,000, almost.
Of this model alone? A quarter of a million?
Almost, yeah.
That's a big number. My voice went up so much. Listen,
It did.
And now...
Call your mother. No, I'm just
Okay, I'll call my mother. It's all available here for you. Once a day is not enough for me to call my mother?
Oh, no,
I'm
that's
gonna
really
check
good.
about this
Yeah,
later.
that's really good. I
Okay,
didn't know
so we have it available in champagne. We have the navy, which is the champagne just with this navy plate instead of the champagne plate. And then we've got the beautiful rose gold available.
Beautiful.
$150 worth of handsets plus the main base station for $25 on a credit card. Now, there's only 10 minutes left to shop for it. Over 7,500 have been ordered. And again, you heard Lori and me kind of squeal about it. 250,000 have been sold, and it's a customer pick. People stop to say my home phones are better looking, better functioning, and more advanced than any I've owned before.
Absolutely. So every single possible feature, all the safety and security features that you are looking for, including that battery backup. A lot of folks don't realize this, but if you just have the cordless handsets at home, you probably don't have battery backup built right in. With your Panasonic system, this brand new system, not only the freshest batteries, you talked about that.
Oh, yeah.
I love fresh batteries. You can actually talk on these for 13 hours nonstop and then 12 days of standby. So if something is going on in and around your home, you can reach for that handset nearly 2 weeks later and it's going to have battery life on it, which is really helpful for all of us with our busy lives. But listen to this.
From HSN.
Talking caller ID is working. The screen is illuminating. All the features are still working.
From HSN.
Hello.
Hey.
Hey, Annie, you sound so clear. Can you believe we're talking on phones that aren't even plugged into power?
That's pretty impressive.
It's remarkable, right? This is great in case of an emergency.
Nice.
All right, talk to you soon, girl.
All right, love you.
Bye. So again, you can now stay connected. You
Yep.
can talk to the people
Well, and
in
our
your
s-
life and find out what's happening in the world in case the power goes down when you have that landline
and
at
you
home.
know the cell towers jam because everybody in the
Everybody
neighborhood
tries
loses
to
power.
call.
Everybody
Sure.
grabs their cell. 2 days later, your cell has no power, and you still have no power. You're good. You're covered. And when there are 4 handsets, when somebody falls, when there is a fire, when there is somebody trying to break into the house, I mean, that's why Nancy Grace says home phones are a personal safety and security product.
right.
And you get a 4 handset, arguably $200 value system. And you protect yourself against just the day-to-day nuisances and hassles. Here in Florida, we hear from air conditioning companies and tree trimming companies every
Truly.
single day. And how many times have you said, I'm not interested, please don't call me back. And they call the next day. I'm not interested, I'm on the do not call registry, please do not call me back. And they call the next day. I am going to call and report you to the FCC. You woke my baby for the 3rd time. What's your home address so I can take my crying baby to your house and you can take care of them? Take me off your list before I say something that's not approved for live national television. And they call back again the same day.
Oh, yeah.
You don't have to do that anymore. Whether it's before you answer, whether it's during the call, you can press one button and say, no, I'm not interested in donating to your campaign without
Right.
even having to have the
Do
conversation.
you remember that phone call that I got not long after I had Landon? I had that company call me and ask me to do a brief 30-minute survey. Do you remember that? They're calling me again.
Oh,
they started
gosh.
calling again. I didn't get them blocked the first time, so they're calling me again.
Even
But look
private
at
calls,
this.
right?
So private caller, dedicated call blocking button on every single handset. So I'm going to go ahead and block this call right here on the individual handset. All you do is push block, which is right down here, and then you confirm it. And look at this. Even that number that is not coming through because it's marked private is being blocked. You can block entire ranges of numbers if you want. If there's an area code where all of your spammers seem to come from, you're going to be able to block that phone number. If you're sick and tired of people wanting you to do these surveys or the robocalls or the scam callers, I tell this story all the time, but it's so true. My mother is a very savvy lady. She's a smart cookie, but she literally had her credit card in her hand because someone had convinced her that something was wrong with her computer and she needed to have them fix it by giving them $300 over the phone. Luckily, at the last minute, she had that nagging feeling in her brain and she clicked block.
Well,
so it didn't happen.
You know
but-
my story.
Oh, this is good. Yeah, I mean,
I got
it's
a
bad,
call.
but-
I got a call that said, "This is the IRS, and if you do not immediately call the number I'm about to give you with your Social Security number, you are going to be sued in federal court by the IRS."
That is so scary.
Terrifying.
Oh my gosh.
So I was savvy in the moment, and I was like, "Ah!" and I hung up. But what I did was I wrote down the number and said, I got to find out if this is legitimate, because if it is, I'm going to call IRS. So I went online.
I'm pretty sure they have your social, though.
The phone number came from a jail in California.
Oh, my gosh.
That's what I got routed back to.
Scary?
And this big website going, you know, you're not the only one. Thousands of people have been getting this call. You know, maybe for me, I was savvy in the moment. If you know somebody who lives alone, if you do, you know, in that moment of panic, a child answers the phone and doesn't know what on earth is going on. Press that button once, they'll never call again. Press that button once, the AC company never calls again. You know, you can even program times here where it can not bother you.
You can dedicate silent time. So if you want your phones to be silent during the kids' nap times, during dinner, maybe you want to enjoy a relaxing, quiet family dinner for the first time, maybe in years since the invention of cell phones, you're going to actually be able to dedicate those quiet times. So you never have to accept those calls. Those messages can go right onto your digital answering machine. And that's another thing, too. This can save you money. If you're paying right now for that service through your carrier, that could be, you know, several dollars a month, $4, $5, $6 a month. Instead of having to pay for the privilege of someone answering your phone calls for you, you've got that built-in digital answering machine, 17 minutes of record time.
With a built-in digital. I'll try that again.
Wow.
With a built-in digital answering machine that will call directly to your cell phone and play the message, so you're never without those messages. My mom called me one day and said, why am I getting solicitation calls on my cell phone? I said, Mom, because you give out your cell phone number on your home phone. And she goes, well, what am I supposed to do? I run my own business out of my home.
You need to always
and I need to be able to be reached, and that's my business line. And I said, Mom, these phones are the answer. You don't ever have to give out that number again, and you'll get the messages instantly and immediately be able to call those people back.
I always love to give out my home number, too, because that's my local number. My cell phone number is from another state, so people aren't familiar with it. My local friend, like, it throws everybody all off.
Are you a fugitive in that state? Are you a fugitive in this state?
I can't say.
Okay, listen, we're buddies. I can say that kind of stuff to her. I want to remind everybody in our last moment here, it is last call on champagne, by the way. We're down to only about 250 left in this beautiful #1 top-selling champagne color. We've got the navy, which is basically champagne with a navy plate, and then we've got rose gold. But the value is extraordinary because these are $50 a piece, with call blocking on each one, with a baby monitor on each one, with talking caller ID on each one. These are premium, ladies and gentlemen. $50 plus $50 plus $50 plus the base station that works when the power goes, that's got every major feature, including one-touch dials when it's dark. All of this is not $200, it's $25 on a credit card. It's why it's a customer pick. It's why we've sold 250,000 of them. It's why we've sold over 7,700 of them just this month alone, and it's February 2nd. I mean, we can't keep this one in stock, and it's so many wonderful upgrades. Just when you get started, the clip on it, the look of it, the one-button dial of everything, there's just everybody raves about these phones.
They rave. And then speed dials. So all 9 speed dials right here on the main face of your phone. You set those simply and easily. Press and hold the number that you want to call. It will dial it for you. So it just takes all the guesswork out of it. I also love the fact that this has a built-in intercom. Maybe you have someone living with you right now. I'll never forget when my mom and dad were looking after my grandmother. She was on a different floor.
Oh, yeah.
So we had to kind of arrange and figure out how my grandmother was going to get a hold of my mom upstairs. This intercom would make that so perfect. So now I'm intercomming to all the handsets. Also...
Well, you know what else it's the solution for. Are you going to plug your ears for her?
Yeah, I'm going to. Ready? Wait. Thank you for warning me. You are a good friend.
In my house. Dinner!
It's too loud.
That's how I grew up, right?
It's not civilized.
One more time, please.
Okay. Dinner!
My mother-in-law, she uses a cowbell.
Oh, that's good.
It's kind of cute, I gotta say. It's a little bit kitschy. But never again, you have to go.
You never have to scream down the hallway again to get people's attention.
It's
and you can intercom to the various rooms individually or intercom to all of the handsets. Again, the latest, newest, freshest batteries we have ever offered. So the battery life on this, 13 hours of nonstop talk time on each of the individual handsets and up to 12 days of standby. So if one of these little guys gets lost in the couch cushions, you can reach for it nearly 2 weeks later. It's still gonna have battery power for you. If you should happen to lose it, you don't worry. You've got your little locator button right here on all the handsets. So it's gonna locate locate those handsets for you simply and easily. Look at the giant screen. Here's what I love about this system. Super, super easy to see with the illuminated screens. Simple and easy to hear. Listen to that loud speakerphone. So all of the latest upgrades to make you feel safe and secure in your home with that great feature of being able to listen in with that dedicated call blocking up to 250 names and numbers with the single touch of a button. And here's the neat thing about that. I didn't tell you this, but you can block that call as it's coming in.
Right.
You can block that call if they happen to catch you on the phone and you don't want to hear the rest of what they have to say. Block it in that moment instead of trying to think of something clever to say. Or after you've hung up the call, you can block it then. And if you accidentally block somebody, you never worry because you can always unblock. And that dedicated button right here. So up to 250 names and numbers can easily be blocked with this system. It is loaded. It is easy. You're going to love how beautiful it is. It really is the best of the
And
best.
seriously, for $25 on a credit card, you get a baby monitor, you get a call blocker, you get an intercom, you get it. That's why we've sold 250,000. It's why it's a customer pick. The handset's alone sell for $50, so it's basically a $200 buy for half that price. It's why close to 8,000 of them have already been ordered.